Duece Bello will make their decision known. Catch that ball. You can tell they had the communication down. They are roommates after all, and it's coming up live. So we bring the young guys on the show, and not only are they dressed better than us, they got a better intro than we do, spinning the basketball back and forth to each other. Lowell Galindo here with Paul Biancardi. We got nothing that can keep up with that.
We could never beat those guys 2-on-2, Lowell. Let's face it.
Yeah, but let's face some of the facts coming up in this show. 3 of the top 50 prospects nationally committing live, and also some big announcements on tap right here on Recruiting Insider, including Quincy Miller and Duece Bello. Oh, look at that. The roommates messing with each other. But they could be headed to the same program on the big stage. We'll like college basketball because Quincy Miller and Duece Bello are hanging out here on Recruiting Insider, getting to that point where they will make their announcement. For both prospects, you see the final group right there. Looks like it is going to be a showdown, though, between Baylor and Louisville. Miller, the number 2 power forward in the ESPNU 100. Bello, number 18 shooting guard. Even though both of these prospects have some beef about those numbers, we'll get into that in just a little bit. But it's now time to welcome in former Duke All-American Jay Williams. Because, Jay, you've had the opportunity to get to know these prospects very well over the past couple of years. And, Jay, at this point, let's get a little scouting report, what to expect from these two on the next level.
Well, I'll first off start with Quincy Miller. Quincy is a phenomenal basketball player. He provides such versatility for any team that he decides to go to. He's 6'8", around 210, has a great soft feel around the basket, can play with his back towards the basket as well. But also, this is a guy that can rebound the basketball and then push the ball down the court. He has the ability to handle the ball, and he can make plays. I got a chance to watch him during USA Basketball when they won a gold medal versus Brazil, and he made some big-time threes that really helped them get over the edge and the hump. Then you talk about Duece Bello. I really think Duece has the chance to explode on the college scene. He has explosiveness. He has a great first step, and he is always in attack mode, and that's what you want from a wing slasher. He's always looking at the rim, and we got a chance to play against him at the Elite 24 All-American game, and it was myself, John Wall, Brennan Jennings, Tyreek Evans, and DeMar DeRozan. And he was the one player that stood out during that scrimmage. And he met DeMar DeRozan at the rim a couple of times where he could have flushed on him and finished strongly. So both kids are extremely talented, and there's a lot of rumors circulating around saying that they're going to go to the same school. So you can only imagine if that were to happen, the kind of front court and slasher that the school would have, both those two kids were able to commit.
It's about time to see if that is going to happen. Jay, thank you very much for the analysis on Quincy Miller and Duece Bello. And look who we have here, the guys that were spinning the basketball off the top of the show. Quincy Miller, Duece Bello here, both these young men from Westchester Country Day School in High Point, North Carolina. You guys are feeling good, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's get down to business at this point. Quincy, let's start with you. What are the schools in the mix at this point? What did it take to get down to this final group?
I was just looking for schools that was going to stay consistent. And I had Duke, Louisville, Baylor, and Oklahoma. And those are two few great schools.
Duece, how about you?
Me, I had Baylor, Louisville, and Florida State. And I think my top 2, Louisville and Baylor. So
there's definitely a couple of programs that we could see you both at together. Let's end the speculation now, guys. It's all yours. Where are you going to play your college basketball?
I'll be taking my services to Baylor University.
And I'll be taking my services to Baylor University also.
The Baylor Bears striking with 2 of the top 50 prospects in the ESPNU 100, Quincy Miller and Duece Bello. Duece, what did it come down to? Why Baylor and why this package deal?
I believe Coach Drew, he's a genuine guy. He keeps it real with you, and him and his coaching staff do the same, and Baylor's just a family, and I can see myself a part of that.
Quincy?
Coach Drew, he's a great guy. His coaching staff, the players there are great. The facilities are great. I love everything about it.
Now, I want to talk about the headgear here. Can we show the hats on these 2 young men? Because this was a source of contention when they walked in the building. You guys were fighting over the hats. Why the fight between you guys? Come on.
I just wanted his hat. That was mainly the argument.
Nah, he couldn't fit it.
Well, let's go into the relationship of you guys. You live together. You're obviously tight. What do you think about Quincy? What makes you guys such good friends and so good when you're together on the court?
I think we just have a great bond. He's a great guy. He helps me. I help him out, and we just call each other brothers, and I'm happy to have him.
But I'm sure you have your moments, right, Quincy?
We do.
Yeah, we always argue sometimes.
What gets you going? What gets between you guys?
With us, everything is a competition. Try to see who looks the best, who plays the best. Everything's a competition.
Now let's talk about what opponents are going to see when it comes to competition time. I want to get the scouting reports from each other. So, Quincy, deliver me the scouting report on Duece Bello and what makes him one of the top shooting guards in the nation.
Duece Bello, he's the most athletic shooting guard in the country, hands down. I mean, he's explosive. He's been working on his jump shot, he's been working on his handle, so I think he's going to open a lot of eyes this year.
Yeah, we've certainly seen that. His dunks between the legs in an actual high school game, already making top plays on SportsCenter. For Quincy, though, Duece, what do we need to look out for?
I think he's real versatile, and he's hard to guard. To be that tall, he can do all, and it's just hard to guard him. So.
Baylor overall, the recruitment now. Already have Perry Jones signing up. He's going to be a freshman this season. One of the top 5 prospects in the class of 2012 is ready to go. What can you tell us about Baylor and the momentum they're building for the future and how good you guys are going to be down the road?
I mean, Baylor, it's a great spot for us. We all long and athletic. Me, Perry Jones, Isaiah Austin, Quincy Acey, Lace Dunn, Starger Love, he's my former teammate, so I mean, we have a great connection there.
Now, before we let you go, Quincy, you were voted on a poll by Fox Sports as the biggest trash talker on the high school circuit at this point. So I'll open it up for you to deliver that parting shot to the rest of the Big 12. What do you want to let them know?
We're going to be ready, and we're going to be the best next year.
There you go. You heard it right here first. Duece Bello and Quincy Miller on their way together to play for the Baylor Bears. Guys, thank you very much for stopping by and making that commitment here on ESPNU.
Thank you.
Big day for Baylor basketball, to say the least. A pickup that they're going to remember for quite some time in Waco. And for more on this, we're going to bring in our National Director of Basketball Recruiting, Paul Biancardi. Coach, first off, what do you think of this move? Both these prospects on the way to Baylor. What does it mean for the Bears?
Wow, it's impressive how Scott Drew and his staff went into North Carolina and landed a pair of stars. Quincy Miller is a game changer, and Duece Bello will help immediately. By landing these 2 players, Baylor will now be in contention for a Big 12 championship, as well as a deep run to the NCAA tournament. But the bigger picture here, Scott Drew and his staff have proven that they can recruit on a national level and be successful.
When it comes to the top 10 classes, this obviously could shake some things up. So as we look at the top 10 at this point, where does this put Baylor once we start to move around the numbers now that you have Duece Bello and Quincy Miller on their way to Waco?
Well, once we start making the adjustments, I think you're going to see Baylor hover right around the top 10. West Virginia may move a little bit, but I've been very impressed with Arkansas, St. John's, and Arizona in the early signing period. But look for Baylor to be right around the number 10 mark.
And LeBron Nash could also shake this up. He's going to make his announcement coming up as well later here on Recruiting Insider. But back to a little bit of football.